Master this one skill, and your abstracting business will never be the same. There's one skill that's going to separate you from the average abstractors. Yeah, it's going to separate you from the ones who rise quickly, and you're going to be one of the ones that rise quickly. You're going to earn more money, and you'll become the go to expert in your market. So most people never learn it correctly because they're taught this business in fight or flight. So they learn the basics. Yeah, but they never learn this particular foundation. So once you understand how to perform a clean, accurate, professionally sequenced title search, everything changes. Your confidence grows, your speed increases, your reports become sharper, clearer, and more respected. You need to master this one skill, and your entire abstracting career will shift into a new level of precision, credibility, and opportunity. So, most abstractors struggle, not because the work is hard, it's because no one ever taught them the right sequence of conducting a clean, accurate, and professional title search. So once you understand how to incorporate the title commitment, all of the different schedules, and what your title examiner is looking for and what they need concisely so that they can continue to keep their production up, then you can start operating with confidence and precision and authority and stop second guessing yourself. So in today's virtual training, I'm going to walk you through the exact steps for completing a current owner search. Just going to start with a current owner residential search and preparing a clean, client-ready title search report. Now, to be transparent, this is for those abstractors that are brand new. You're still nervous about receiving, like you're repelling your first order from your client because of the high level of stress and fear that you have. So, when you have a high level of stress or fear, whatever it is that you're fearful about, you're repelling it. So you may be wondering why your orders haven't started or why they aren't flowing to you frequently and fluently, why your allocations may be small. It's because you're unsure right now of what you're doing. This is specifically for brand new abstractors. So if you are an agency and you've got brand new abstractors that you've just brought on board and you need them to be trained, listen up. See, this is going to teach them to prepare a client-ready title report. This is the foundation for every abstractor's skill set. And when you master this workflow, you'll immediately elevate your value, your speed, and your earning potential. Yeah. All right, so let's look at the information for a current owner search. Just talking about the reporting process, and I'm going to condense it and keep it comprehensive. So firstly, let's start with the property verification. Okay, so let's just say you have received a title report. You've received your title report in, and it may look something similar to this. So you're going to have, I don't know if you can see this. You're going to have your client's company name on here. You're going to have the borrower's information and their address, the address of the subject property. Some clients will put the last 4 digits of the person's tax ID number on there too, so that you can verify any type of liens or judgments. Sometimes they'll have a parcel number and sometimes they won't. And they'll tell you the type of product that they want and whatever fee that you guys have agreed to. All right, so the very first step, before you do anything in terms of touching the land records, you want to confirm that you're researching the right property, right? So the very first thing you do is you want to go to the tax assessor's website. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to add right now, share my screen and add with you because this particular search is in Jefferson County, Alabama. All right, Jefferson County. And I know there are some of you who have received some mock orders from me, and one of them is actually in Jefferson County, Alabama. Okay, so some of you are going to be receiving reports in Arkansas. You're going to be receiving reports in Minnesota. Some of you are located in Tennessee. Some of you are located in Florida and Georgia. Yeah. Some of you are located in Mississippi. So you're receiving orders that are specific to your state, but also you're going to be receiving. So some of you have I've noticed that you're incorporated in a couple of states or multiple states, and you want to do abstracts in those states. All right. So you're going to be receiving orders from me in your various substantial states, the state that applies to you. Okay. So this particular one is in Jefferson County. So if you see up top, we simply pulled up the Jefferson County, Alabama. And the reason why you want to make sure that you include the state is because there are duplicate county names in various states. So you want to make sure that when you pull up Jefferson County, that you're getting Jefferson County, Alabama, and not Jefferson County, Tennessee. You understand? Yeah, or Jefferson County, Carolina. You want to make sure that you're pulling up the right state. And so you include the county and the state and then the office that you're looking for. In this case, it was the tax assessor's office. And so in Jefferson County, it comes up Citizen Access Portal. That's the one that goes directly to them. All right, you see this? Okay, when you get there, you can open up to search for the real property records. All right, so when you visit the county tax assessor's website, you want to verify the property owner's name, the property value breakdown, that's the land and the building, or land and improvement, and then the total. Sometimes there'll be additional buildings there or additional land that's there that will be included in the report. You want to break all of that down so that you can show it to the examiner and they understand the breakdown, not just the total value. You want to see if there's a brief legal description that's included there. And then you include that brief legal description along with the parcel number that they have listed. Sometimes they'll have a parcel number on your order. If they have a parcel number on your order, you want to research the parcel number that they provided for you. Otherwise, you're going to list the parcel number that comes up as you're doing the research. All right. So the way that you would look this up is not necessarily just by the property owner's name, because that property owner could have multiple properties. So you want to research, pull up that particular physical address. And again, if they're giving you the parcel number, you go directly to that parcel number. And you're going to check to see if there's a deed reference that's there, whether it be by book and page or whether it be by instrument number. It gives you a starting place for that deed. And so you're going to go and pull that up in the land records. You're going to check the Revenue Commissioner's website. And to do that, in Alabama, you just go to the Jefferson County, Alabama Revenue Commission. That is where you verify property taxes, the property tax amount, the status. Now, you're going to also find the property tax amount on the tax assessor's site normally. But you're going to go to that Revenue Commission site. And in different states, it's going to be a different name, but you're looking for that office, the treasurer's office in some states. You're looking for that office that handles the property taxes. You'll verify the amount and the status, whether it's paid, whether it's delinquent, what is happening with the status of those property taxes. If it's delinquent, you need to reach out to them with a call to confirm what it's going to take to bring it out of delinquency, because sometimes there's some penalties. So to ensure that you have begun your search with accurate identifiers, these are the things that you want to do. Then you want to move to the county land records. Now, in some states, it's the judge of probate. In Alabama, it's judge of probate. In Georgia, it's clerk of superior court. I think in Minnesota and some other states, in the Carolinas, is register of deeds. I think in Tennessee is register of deeds. I think in Florida, it may be circuit clerk. And in one of the Carolinas, I think South Carolina, is circuit clerk. So it just depends on the name of that particular office, but it's where the land records are housed. So you're going to move to researching the county land records. So once you verify all the information, the tax commissioner and the tax assessor, you go to the county land records office. We're talking about walking this through online, but this is the same sequence for if you're doing it in person. So to begin researching the title history, your goal is to build a clear chronicle of the chain of the documents. Okay. So let me see. I'm going to go to the judge of probate's office. All right. So for Jefferson County, they've got the judge of probate office, and they've got something called Landmark Web. That's where you can go and establish an account and be able to do your record search from online. Now, there are going to be some times when you're going to have to physically go into the county. Now, when you register, you're going to give all of your company name information and other contact information, and they will give you specifics in order to be able to access the records. Okay. All right. When you're doing your research here, you see how you've got the captions here. You can search by name. You can search by book and page reference. In Jefferson County, their brief legals don't always work the way that you want them to, but you can definitely search by name and by book and page reference. In a lot of counties, you're able to search by a brief legal, which is really an accurate way to do it, because addresses change. We've talked about that before, but legal descriptions remain the same. Okay. Unless, of course, there are some adjustments that are made, outsales or some type of erosion. But if it's not that, then the legal description remains the same. So what you're going to do after you have gone through and you have researched the title history, you're going to be looking for grantor grantee index. And if you look on this particular site, you can actually choose, like here, when you put the name in, before you put the name in, you can choose whether you want the grantor or the grantee index. So if you're checking to see if there are any mortgages on the property, or if this individual has conveyed their ownership, their vested interest to someone else, or a portion of their vested interest, you're going to search the grantor index first with their last name and then first name, no comma, on Jefferson County. And this will tell you whether or not they've conveyed any interest in that they have in the property to someone else, including any type of security placement for any mortgages. That'll show up as well. All of your mortgages are going to show up under the grantor index. Now, if they're paid in full, they're going to show up under the grantee index as releases, and any deeds, any conveyances will show up under the grantee index. But specifically, it's wiser when you're starting out to search both of the party types. Yeah, both. And you want to search the full name instead of searching a variation of the name. Search the full name. Again, we're in Jefferson County, so it'll be last name and then first name, no comma to divide the two. All right. So after you've gone through and you've researched for all open mortgages, any open liens, any open judgments, any open tax liens, then you're ready and you're search for the current deed. And if that current deed is an interfamily conveyance, from family member to family member, remember we talked about this, then you're going to have to research backwards. So what would you do? You look on that deed, and whoever the grantor's name is on that deed, then whoever conveyed that property to the current owner, you're going to go now and research their name here, right here, last name, and then first name. That's going to show you where they obtained title to that property. It's called doing a reverse index. All right. Okay. We've talked about this before. Don't get nervous. We've gone over this over and over and over again. You now have your order. You got your order. Yeah. And now it's time for you to put into action all the things that you've been taught. It becomes clear to you the more you do it. Yeah. All right. So once you've verified all of that, then you want to prepare a title search report in correct order of recordation. Yeah. A professional title report follows a strict sequence. The current deed always first. That's the current deed. This is the foundation of your report. It's going to show the current owner, grantor, grantee, date signed, date recorded, consideration, vested structure, whether it be joint tenancy, tenants in common. Is going to show that. And you need to always show the tenancy on your report. Yeah, you want to show that. You want to show the marital status. If it's on your deed, you need to show it in your report. Highly important. These things are important in terms of helping the title examiner understand how to prepare that title commitment. Okay, so I'm just briefly going through this because we've already studied this over and over and over again. But now it's time for you to apply it. So in training, students learn deed abstraction, ensuring they identify the instruction with that conveys 100% interest. It's not just a quitclaim deed. Yeah. Because we talked about quitclaim deeds not having a warranty, not giving any warranty, and which is why you also would need to go back and research prior to that to find a fully vested deed, a 100% vested deed, because a quitclaim deed doesn't have a warranty with it. So we don't even know if it's transferring the full ownership or if they even had ownership to convey. So that's why it's very important that you've got to go back. If you find a quitclaim deed, go ahead and include that in your report. That's the current deed, but you still got to go back and find that fully vested deed. When you're reporting your mortgages on your write-up sheet, you want to show the oldest to the most recent. On that run sheet, on that write-up sheet, show the oldest mortgage to the most recent. List the mortgages in order, in the order that they were signed or executed. You want to include the borrower, the lender, the loan amount, the date signed, the date recorded. Always note whether or not it's an open end or a mortgage that has future advance clauses in it. If there are any assignments that's related to that mortgage, now we're talking about mortgages that have not been released, mortgages that haven't been satisfied, they're still showing that they're open. If there are any assignments or modifications, you want to make sure that you list those in detail in your report. You're providing copies of all of these documents. Sometimes they'll ask for pertinent copies of the mortgage, and sometimes they'll ask for full copies. But make sure that every document that you include in your report, that you are signifying it with a copy. Sometimes they're going to ask for the PMM mortgage, and they want it, even if it's satisfied, they want to get a copy of it. So you'll need to include that too. Make sure you follow your instructions explicitly. And you're going to notice that on your orders that most of the time your clients are going to include specific instructions. So look at the bottom. Sometimes they'll include them at the top, but read that order completely in the beginning as you're getting these reports, and always, because you never know when they're going to have additional instructions that you're not accustomed to. All right. Okay. So if a mortgage is fully satisfied and your client hasn't requested otherwise, then you typically can omit any mortgage that's been satisfied. You can mark it out in your report. We've walked through that before. Then we're talking about liens and encumbrances. All claims that have an impact on the marketability of the property. So that's any judgments. Yeah, because if you find a judgment on a person's name, that judgment follows and attaches to every one of their assets. So if they own this property or if they're going to buy this property, that judgment is relevant. Tax liens, state, local, federal, HOH liens, mechanics liens, UCCs, federal and state tax liens are especially powerful. They attach to all property, and oftentimes they take precedence over other claims. So that's why you got to do due diligence to make sure that you're looking, because you can create litigation and risk when you omit certain things. So what you want to do when you're looking for litigation that has to do with the borrower, then you want to do what's called a PACER search. That's going to help you to research the federal court records. Yeah. And you can open up a PACER account. It's real simple to do. And then you go through there and you can run a PACER search on this particular borrower. You can also run a Patriot by looking up OFAC related checks. And you can run that person's name to see if they're wanted federally for anything, if they've been federally barred from borrowing money in the United States, if they're a particular type of felon that's not allowed to borrow money or to own real estate. Yeah, that is a thing. It does exist. So you need to go through and you need to research the Patriot Act. And you also need to, you use the Patriot Act to research under the OFAC. Yeah. And that's going to help you do that check and related checks. But make sure you do your PACER search, because that's going to open you up to federal court records. You want to do that because that, first of all, and when you do that, you're going to clip a snippet of the page. So if there are some hits, then you're going to copy it, save it, and then you're going to send it with your title report. But if there are no hits, I need you to do a snippet, a screenshot of the page that shows that there are no hits. Yeah, so that you can include it in your report. That's for the PACER and for the Patriot. Maintain an accurate sequencing. When documents are recorded, close together. You want to use the date sign to truly create a chronicle order for them. Booking page and instrument numbers for indexing accuracy. When you're talking about correct sequencing, it's going to prevent title defects and help to prioritize disputes and any clouding that may be involved with the ownership. So use the date sign for true chronological order. Then you can still include the book and page reference so that you'll have the indexing accuracy. But when you're looking at the order, use the date sign. All right. I say that because it could be signed this year and recorded next year, and something else could have been recorded since then. So you use that date sign so that it still carries its priority. Yeah, a clean title report is when you have chronological order, you've got accuracy, the report is complete, there are no open ends, it's easy to follow by the title examiner, and is supported by proper documentation. This is the standard that separates amateurs from professionals, not a piecemeal report, but everything that's clear to the title examiner so that they can go through there and read the history, read the story of the history of this property, including any necessary back change that may be necessary. I want you to take your abstracting career higher. As you can see, I have a high regard for this industry. It's an industry that served me well since the 1990s, and I have a high regard for it. And it's a certain level that I believe that we all should operate in as the first responder. I said the eyes of the title examiner, the title agency, and the title insurer. Oh, it's highly important that we do what we need to do so that they can be the best at what they're doing. Take the abstracting career higher. If you're ready to go beyond this lesson and truly master the craft, I want you to get my book. It's entitled Title Abstracting Made Simple. It's your step-by-step guide to mastering title searches, deed abstraction, and the entire abstracting process. Then next, I want you to enroll in the limited franchise opportunity. This is perfect for new abstractors who want to structure, and they want to have support, and they want a proven income producing model that they can scale for growth and longevity with confidence. Next thing I want you to do is subscribe to my channel for up-to-date teachings. And then you also, when you subscribe to the channel, you'll get access to this paid course. But if you subscribe to the channel, you'll get access to the course, the Easy Corporate Comprehensive Curriculum for New Business Owners. It's your ongoing source of training for clarity and corporate readiness, building your corporation for protection and for growth. Yeah, it's an opportunity that we're providing for you to help you continue to scale and to grow and to provide quality reports. So if you have received a mock report from me, I just walked you through everything that you need. If you've never heard of this before, I want you to take your abstracting career higher. Get the book, Title Abstracting Made Simple, enroll in the limited franchise opportunity, and subscribe to my channel. It's time for you to grow exponentially, and you can start today. I had to come back and commend. Somebody made a comment. I missed it when we were teaching the class. Miracle Scott actually enrolled in this class. She says, listen, get the books. I have both. Great reading. Learn from the best. Listen, that's the best compliment. So I had to come back on. I was about to leave, and then I realized, wait, somebody made a comment. And I wanted to post that. Miracle, thank you so much for your vote of confidence. Listen, you're going to, well, you've been with us for years. So you've seen how this thing works for years. So you already know. All right, guys, take her advice. Get both the books and get ready.